I am outside one of the biggest hospitals of the Beirut city here in the Lebanon. The type of casualties as well as the injuries the hospitals here in Lebanon are getting, they are also different. And the type of explosives and the bombs used by the Israel in this war are also different. That is why it is very tough time for the doctors and paramedical staff to deal with these injuries and the casualties. I'm currently in one of the biggest hospitals of the Beirut. This is the Beirut Governmental University Hospital. We have with us Dr. Jihad Sadeq. He is the director of this hospital. Sadeq Sahab, as we were talking that in the Lebanese history you are receiving not only the more number of injuries and casualties in your hospitals, but also the type of injuries what the people are getting with the Hezbollah fighters, civilian population. How the civilian population gets affected in the Israeli raids or Israeli attacks with Hezbollah members?
As I told you, the attacks are more because to target one member of Hezbollah, they don't care if they kill 100 or 150 persons just to kill one person from Hezbollah. And to kill 150 persons, parallel to it, there are maybe 300 injuries. And these injuries may be mild, moderate, or severe, and may be disabling. So it's a war. It's a real war.
How you are coping with it?
Look, we are trained very much. To start with, many wars have been experienced by us since 1976. One Israeli attack to the neighborhood countries, and they at that time threw bombs called napalm, which burn bodies. And I still remember that I could not sleep when I was 10 years old. I could not sleep when I saw these bodies, which are all burned. This was followed by 1979, only 4 years ago maybe, when there was a conflict between Lebanese army and Palestinians who came from Jordan. After that, there was the Arabian-Israeli War, 1973. After that, in 1975, began the Lebanese civil war. And at that time, we got all types of injuries. Bombs, shelling, rockets, explosion of cars,
bullets.
everything. And we got a very good experience in dealing with these injuries. It was followed also by the explosion of Port Beirut. Yes. All of these gave us a very good experience into how to deal with these casualties. But we lacked some organization of the crisis. Okay, when the Gaza war started, we worked on organizing the procedure which we do when we deal with injured patients, and we were helped by international organizations to help us how to do this good organization. And after that, we did so many drills, which were all successful, and each one more successful than the previous one. Because after every drill, we tried to correct ourselves more.
Dr. Seda, we have seen the pager blast was something new. What happened 1 month back now in the Lebanon? At a moment, more than 4,000 people got injured in those pager blasts. Then that was followed on the next day with the radio blasts. How you coped with those injuries, and what was different in that kind of attack, which was planted by the Israel?
The problem is that eye surgeons are not frequent. I don't have many eye surgeons, and when you get 4,000 eye injuries at the moment, they cannot cope by this big number. But fortunately and usually, eye surgeries can be postponed. So we started by the most severe injuries, followed by the less severe. And eye injuries usually to do surgery on them, because usually the eye does not bleed when it's injured. So you can wait a little bit. So the eye surgery started on that day of the blast and continued 2 days later. Same thing applies for fingers.
Dr. Saab, overall, during last 1 week, since the Friday's blast in the Dahia district, in which probably dozens got killed, hundreds got injured, what kind of explosives you think are being used? Because you are so much experienced doctor here in the Lebanon, you have seen the wars and the blasts. Was anything different in those casualties and those injuries which were created on that one of the heaviest bombs so far used in the Lebanon?
Yes, before the attack on Sayyid Nasrallah, it was classical rockets and weapons. But after that, when on the attack on the party of Hezbollah, the complete commanders of Hezbollah, it was a different type of bombs, and we saw on the TV these bombs. Each bomb weighs 2,000 pounds, and they can penetrate up to 15 floors. And the meeting was about in the floor minus 13, and they couldn't reach it. And the red smoke which evacuated after the blast is different than any other attack. And they said that these rockets are different and they are very expensive, but they are very effective.
You just told me that with the Hezbollah targets, what Israel is doing, the common civilian people which have nothing to do with the Hezbollah, with the war, they are getting affected. Can you tell us about yesterday's injuries, what you got or have heard about in the Saida?
Yes. What's the question?
No, how many people got affected when the Saida?
I told you about. I think that the death toll is about 70 or 80, and the injured were about till this morning about 130.